Jann Scott Tonight, America's only non-network home video talk show. And now, here's Jann.
You're 16?
Ask yourself,
Oh.
why are you
See, this is a problem, right? I mean, isn't teen pregnancy a problem?
I'm 18 and I will have sex, but I will also make every precaution in the world not to get pregnant.
You're not stupid then.
No.
Make you realize that teenage.
What do you guys say about this? I mean,
Teen pregnancy?
Yeah, teen pregnancy. What do you do to avoid it as
You're
men?
excusing the problem.
I use a condom, and that's just not for pregnancy. That's for, diseases.
Concerned about the violence going on in our community.
Any thoughts on it, teen pregnancy?
All I got to say about that, I think everybody, each thing on, they handle their own business, you know what I'm saying?
Have any of you been pregnant or have kids? No?
No.
No? You guys?
No significance.
I don't think I
no
have any
reason.
kids.
But you could have gotten somebody pregnant. Do you know any girls who've had abortions?
People are
Oh, yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
In high school?
Oh yeah.
thoughts.
My friend has had 3 abortions so far.
Well, good evening, everybody. Tonight we're right here at the state capitol. There's a teenage vigil about to take place on ending violence. I'm Jann Scott. This is Jann Scott Tonight. Throughout the evening, we're going to be talking with teenagers and see what they have in mind about ending violence here in the Mile High City.
People want to turn around the violence that's going on in the neighborhoods, and it just takes one person who cares. And young people, I believe, get to the point where they really don't care what you know. They just want to know if you care.
It's not a problem of color. We have to come up together as a community and have family intervention crisis. We all have to have that. We need more people like the Family Crisis Center, more family crisis intervention. And we can't do it alone. Governor Romer cannot do it alone. Mayor Webb cannot do it alone. We as a community have to take back our streets and refuse to let 1994 be like 1993. Thank you.
Intimidation and to put fear into people's power. Our manipulation is power. That is not power. Power is education. Power is knowledge. But I believe to go one step further. That power is knowledge only if you could turn it into wisdom. And wisdom is what you're getting today. And for some, this wisdom is tears. That I've shed it for my homeboys. And for the homeboys to come, and even the homegirls. I want this to stop today. Not tomorrow, not a second later, but today. We must use the knowledge that we all have given today. The last one is pride. I remember a teacher asked me how come I was in a gang. And I told her because I live in a ghetto. I said in my neighborhood there's broken glass everywhere. And in my neighborhood people spray paint on the walls and then they beat up everyone. You know what I got to thinking a few years later? Who's broke those glass? Who spray painted on the walls? I did. My gang did. We all must take a part. We must all change like I have done. I believe that there's hope.
Do so to search for some answers. Tonight on the steps of the Capitol building, a monument which represents our strength as a people, there really should be no confusion as to what has led to the violent tear in the fabric of our society. The Founding Fathers' standards of moral conduct that were once deeply woven into that fabric has been frayed. Our nation has been led to believe that a level of conduct built on a moral value system was most of all, encourage others to follow in your footsteps. I firmly believe that together we can make a difference. 1994 can and will be the year of the safe neighborhood if we work together to make the city, state, and nation a safer place to live. Good night.
As we think about it, I know all of us are trying to think about what it is that we can do. What is the one act that we can do? Let me say that each day when we get up, if we would look around us and say, who is my neighbor? Who is it that depends upon me?
Nail some people.
We need to not just talk to our friends and our peer groups, but we need to act this out. We need to come to a kind of a cultural change to where we shun violence, like we shun somebody who drives drunk. And we can do that. But it all begins by saying it clearly and loudly, and that's what we're trying to say together tonight. We in Colorado
and I would not hesitate being here with you, joining in this endeavor. It's at times like this when people of goodwill need to come together in a sense of community, a sense of working together, a sense of grieving together, and a sense of purpose that we're going to continue to work together for the betterment of our city, the betterment of our state. And I joined with you along with my wife, who is also here this evening.
Just give your names and say what high school you go to.
Bridget, and I go to East.
What's that now?
Bridget, and I go to East.
Okay. Where do you go?
Ann, and I go to Randall Moore.
Why did you come down tonight? You have 2 candles.
Because we basically kind of had to. Right.
So have you witnessed violence at high school?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Personally?
Yeah, seen it.
You've seen it?
I used to live in Park Hill.
What have you seen?
Seen gunfire, shot people down on streets, fights, everything that you can have.
Have you witnessed any personal violence? Like, has anybody ever been violent to you?
Yeah, everybody's violent these days. You just walking down the hall, people are violent.
Like, what's happened to you? One instance that you can think of.
Just how people, they're rude and they just want you to move out of their way and stuff.
Have you witnessed personal violence yourself?
Not really that bad. Nothing that would be unordinary with teenagers.
I have a question to you about rape and date rape. I've talked to some teen girls in high school, and they said that they have been raped in the girls' rooms or boys' rooms actually raped on the high school grounds. Have you ever heard of that or seen it happen, or has it ever happened to either one of you?
It has never happened to me, but I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. I've had one friend that was date raped not on school grounds, but in her so-called boyfriend's car went in the parking lot. So.
Do you think is rape part of violence?
Yeah.
Do you think male students acknowledge it?
They acknowledge it to a point.
They'd rather not have it talked about, huh?
Talked about, right?
No, some guys they don't like it. I mean, they think that the other guys are real pathetic. They have to force a girl, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. What about some other questions here? Hang on for a second. Oh, violence on television. Any thoughts on violence on TV?
Towards children.
Okay, no.
Like if it's violent towards, like if they're saying children are watching violence on television, then obviously everybody likes to watch it. Everybody wants to watch it. And that's the whole purpose why people watch TV. If you don't want your little kids watching it, turn the channel.
So do you think the TV stations and the network should monitor themselves and take violence off?
Mm-hmm. That's what making people watch the TV, is to see that stuff.
Really? See, are we hooked on violence?
No. Well, to a point. To watch it, yeah.
If somebody showed you a study that said violence like the kind that took place at Chuck E. Cheese's would be reduced by 50% if we took violence off television and movies, would you go for taking it off TV then?
That wasn't really,
If there was a study, I'm just giving you a hypothetical.
Well, the violence at Chuck E. Cheese, I don't really think it was gang related. I think it was that the man was insane. The guy was insane. And to kill 4 people just by opening fire, that's not...
Isn't that kind of commonplace today, though? I mean, people are shooting everybody all over the place.
Oh, really? It's not really people are shooting other people. It's people are shooting it for reasons. They have their own reasons, supposedly. They're just doing it because they want.
You think he was like an isolated lunatic?
Yeah.
But don't we have an awful lot of isolated lunatics? We read about them every day in the paper.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there.
It's not getting better, is it? Okay, let's see. So, got your opinion on violence. Oh, what about the cops? What do you think of the police in general?
They're stupid. I'll tell you that right now. To teenagers, they all suck. But they might be doing good in other little parts or something, like helping a kidnapped victim or something like that. Or
coming to a home to stop violence or something, that's fine, but most of them are real asses.
They are?
Yes.
What would you like to see cops do differently that would make them be respected more by teenagers?
Get off our backs with, like, having a party at your house, and then they have to go crack that down when there's some girl over on the other side of town getting raped or something, or there's a shoot down or a deal of drugs or something. Why does it have to be? Why do they have to break down our party or something when we're not really doing anything wrong? They should get off our asses and do something that's really serious.
Okay, thanks. If you go to school or not.
Yeah, my name is Mark. I go to Emily Griffiths downtown.
Okay, and what's your name?
My name's Bernard Brockman, and I don't go to school.
Okay. What? Let me see here. Where the hell are we? Oh, okay. Yeah, don't go away, girls. These guys need you here. They need the support. What kind of violence? Have you witnessed any violence personally? Like what?
I've been at drive-by shootings, anything, you know what I'm saying? I've been in a lot of violence.
You've been in drive-by shootings, or you've been shot at?
I've been shot at.
Do you carry a gun yourself?
No.
Are you a skinhead?
No.
I mean, I noticed you don't have any hair.
No,
this guy's black. You two are standing. Are you friends?
Yeah, I know him. I used to go to school with him.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you know, the media's perception of a white kid with a skinhead and a black guy. It's like, what are these two doing together?
That's why I shave my head. You know,
really?
make everybody realize that just because I'm white and I got a bald head, I ain't no skinhead. You know, I got a lot of friends who are black. Most of my friends are black. You know, appearance means nothing to me. You know, as far as it's just the way I'm comfortable. And unfortunately, a skinhead is something that's negative. So.
Can you hear this? Okay, John? Okay. What if neither you guys don't carry any guns or anything, right?
No.
Are you in a gang?
No.
Oh, he needs a light. There you go.
You have to have light.
So we do this show without lights because lights are way too intrusive. And let me ask you a question about the news media. Do you think that they use murders and gang shootings and like what happened at Chuck E. Cheese as a way to feast on? Are they doing it? Do they show that stuff for ratings and money, or do they even give a shit about you? That is a news give a shit about you guys?
Can I start first?
Huh?
I personally think just because 4 white people got killed, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people in my hood who get shot up every day, you know what I'm saying, or almost every day, and like, I think this is BS right here.
Oh, because 4 white kids get shot at Chuck E. Cheese's by a black guy, and everybody's like, oh wow.
You know, it's just the way I look at it is, you know, the way they care about is if it's an innocent victim that had nothing to do with gangs themselves, then that's when everybody makes a big story out of it. But I know people have been shot. I know people that have been killed, you know, and they get maybe a little article on the back page, and it's only because they were associated with gangs. They're looked at by the community as a bad person, and that's not even how it is. You know, everybody's a person.
What do you think the adults, people my age, okay, I'm 47 years old and older, where did we screw up along the line, and the world that we've delivered to you, what have we done wrong?
Like lack of education, I think it has to do with a lot of racism and looking down on other people as a class. You know, this is a white world. White people run this place right here. You know, white people run downtown, and everybody else is just shoved to the wayside. You know, and for myself,
you see racism? Do you see racism? Really?
Yes, there's a lot of racism here in Colorado, to tell you the truth.
Give me an example of racism that you've personally witnessed, just anyone that comes to the top of your head.
The school systems, like Denver public schools, for one thing, you know what I'm saying? Like Cherokees get all the publicity, all the white kids out there, you know, get all the hoopla, and all we get is just put down about our educational system. That's wrong, you know, and you know most of the DPS schools are predominantly black anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we both went to George Washington, and for the Rodney King verdict, you know, we all walked out, and where did the news camera come? They come to George Washington to see what we would do, you know, because they had this idea in their head that we were going to be violent because there was minorities in the school. You know, they didn't go to Cherry Creek, what's going on out there. They came to us because they were looking for something negative, and that's the only reason.
Let's talk about guns for a minute. If it were up to you, if you could wave a magic wand, what would you do? I mean, about guns in general, handguns on the streets of Denver.
What I do personally?
Yeah. If you were in charge, if you ran the government.
If I ran the government, what I would do about handguns?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably do the same thing they're doing now, but you know, they need to take some of the guns off the streets. That's to be honest. Yeah.
Need to get them off the street. Okay. Let me see here. What else? Have you witnessed personal violence yourself? I mean, have you been the victim of it or involved in it?
Yeah, I don't witness a lot of personal violence, and I didn't see it around. It's common, so you get used to it.
What about rape? Do you see rape at high school?
I never really seen. I've seen stuff like at parties where it could be like rape, but it's not rape as such.
Is rape violence?
Yeah, it's violence.
It's violence.
But it's not something in our generation that I see. I think it's something with the later generation.
What's your opinion of the police? Are they doing a good job, bad job? What do you think of cops?
I hate cops.
You hate cops?
Yeah.
How about you?
I personally don't care for them.
You do?
I think the popo should go hang it up because they go to the extreme with the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on.
They really don't know what's happening out there.
If you ran the police department, what would you? What's the first thing you'd do?
First, I would understand the neighborhood that you're working in. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it right. And they're going around doing all this negative stuff. Everybody look like to them as a gangbanger. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Every black male that look like to them as a gang member. That's really not true. Also, so that's a lot of racism on the force too. You know what I'm saying? So I personally give it up to them.
Okay, don't go away. I got some more questions for you here. Hang on for a second. You guys freezing? No, freeze. Hold on. The death penalty. You believe in the death penalty? Let's take the dude who shot the cat. Anyone comes up to someone with a handgun and assassinates them. Should they get the death penalty?
No.
What would you do with them?
With someone that shot someone?
Get in this if you want to. Death penalty. Yeah, if someone comes up and assassinates you, does a drive-by and shoots this guy and kills him, would you want to see that person get the death penalty?
No, I'd applaud him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this is really serious, so let's try it again.
Yeah, because he had no right to shoot him if he didn't know him.
I don't feel that the death penalty is, nobody deserves death no matter what they did, and that's what I'm trying to say,
Because it's not in your hand together, to pass the wand and say, I'm going to kill you because you killed him, you know what I'm saying? It speaks that in the Bible, that's all to it,
Let's talk about teen pregnancy. They get daycare centers. Daycare centers at a lot of the high schools. And what do you think about girls that get themselves pregnant? I'll start with you.
Get themselves pregnant. They allow themselves to get pregnant, and it goes a two-way street.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
It's my responsibility to work.
Okay.
What? Girls that get pregnant. What do you think?
Okay, even if you're on the pill and you're using a condom, you can get pregnant. And even if you're on the pill and you have a boyfriend and you're not using a condom, you can still get pregnant. It doesn't mean you're like.
That's what I gotta say. Don't have.
What do you say? What do you do? I mean, what about the guy that gets a girl pregnant and walks away from him?
The way it's gonna be on. That's all I gotta say.
He's an ass.
Should we have daycare centers in the schools? Some of these high schools have.
No. I don't think so.
That'd be like saying it's allowed,
Because Jefferson County's got a daycare center for the high school. There are 18 pregnant girls in it.
There's 18 pregnant girls at East.
There is.
There's not daycares there.
Well, okay. Let me ask you. What do you guys do? I mean, you're in high school, right?
Correct.
What do you do to keep yourself from getting pregnant?
Oh, wow.
Don't have sex, right? I mean, no. Tell me. I'll ask you.
Me, myself.
Yeah. What do you personally do?
I don't want to tell my business. I know. I don't want to tell everybody on TV.
Well, okay.
Personally.
How do we talk about this? What do you say to 13?
Well, this wasn't going to be seen by people maybe I know or my mom or anybody in my family. That would be cool. But I would talk about it. I'd talk about it when we weren't being this way.
Yeah.
You come right.
What do you say to a 13-year-old girl that's watching this tonight, and she's contemplating having sex with her boyfriend?
It's the best way until you're older.
How old are you?
16.
Okay, now are you abstinent?
You're 16?
No.
Oh.
Why are you?
See, this is a problem, right? I mean, isn't teen pregnancy a problem?
I'm 18 and I will have sex, but I will also make every precaution in the world not to get pregnant.
You're not stupid then.
No.
What do you guys say about this?
Teen pregnancy?
Yeah, teen pregnancy. What do you do to avoid it as men?
Excusing the problem.
I use a condom, and that's just not for pregnancy. That's for diseases.
Concerned about the violence going on in our community.
Any thoughts on it, teen pregnancy?
All I got to say about that. I think everybody each their own. They handle their own business. You know what I'm saying?
Have any of you been pregnant or have kids? No. No. You guys?
No significance.
I don't think I have any kids.
But you could have gotten somebody pregnant. Do you know any girls who've had abortions?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
In high school?
Oh yeah.
My friend has had 3 abortions so far, and she's still going strong.
Oh. people saying,
That's pretty weird, isn't it? I mean, you keep having abortions, it'll mess you up, won't it?
Yeah, well, she's not. See, like, yeah, she's already to the point where she's not gonna be able to have kids anymore.
Really? How old is she?
She just turned 18.
in this audience today.
Is this pretty typical in high school? I mean, a lot of girls have. Oh, okay.
She's the only person I know.
What do we do?
I know a lot of people that have actually.
What do you do? What do you do to bring teen pregnancy to an end? Then, I mean, are kids having?
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing.
Yeah. Kids are going to have sex. Period.
It doesn't matter if you outlaw it, whatever. They're gonna have it either way.
I think that the biggest thing I don't think it's pregnancy anymore. I think it's AIDS, because I know that's really the first thing I ever think about anymore.
Do you know any kids who have AIDS?
Nope.
Adults?
You do.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Do you know anybody who has AIDS?
I don't know anybody personally, but I've been told that the school I went to had 18 people tested positive for AIDS.
Why don't we stop for that?
Last year. Yeah. Everybody donate.
Neighborhoods. Let's talk about your neighborhood. Do you know your neighbors?
Nope. Just moved. I just moved there.
Okay, but the neighborhood you lived in before?
Everybody.
Just, I know all my neighbors.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I know all my neighbors.
You know neighbors?
Yeah, it's just a positive thing to know your neighbors.
Yeah. You do know them, so you know everybody up and down your street. How long have you lived where you lived?
Oh, I lived in Park Hill for 3 years.
Okay.
And I live on the east side for, I don't know, for a long time.
Do you know your neighbors?
No, I don't really. I keep to myself as far as around my house and stuff. You know, don't want to draw attention.
What about you?
That's where I live.
I know I know one person on my street.
That's it. Okay. Now, do your parents know your neighbors?
Nope. Yeah.
Do your parents know your neighbors?
I imagine they know some of them. We don't have no block parties or nothing, you know. But
well, I mean, okay, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. Okay, no. How much television does your family watch?
None, really.
My mom watches a lot of TV. A lot of TV.
No one's ever home at my house.
How much television does your family watch, especially at night?
I don't think my parents watch too much television. Television watch them, to tell you the truth.
What do you mean? Is it on all the time?
It's on all the time, but they sleep.
My parents watch TV, you know, a fair amount. They do a lot of other things, you know, like go out, you know, try to do something, you know, with my other siblings.
What do you think if we turned the TVs off and went out into the street and visited with everybody? You think maybe it'd cut down on gang violence?
No.
No. You're a positive crew.
Well, y'all think it's gonna get better, but that just don't know. It's getting worse and worse. It's not gonna get better.
This isn't.
Wait till the summertime comes.
Yeah, summertime is it's gonna be even worse than this last summer. Talk about summer violence.
If nobody knows their neighbors and they sit in the house and watch TV all the time,
it's not about neighbors.
It's about isolation, isn't it?
My neighbors, I still hang around down here. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. What? You're shaking your head.
You don't. It's not going to make anything better if you go and shake hands with your next door neighbor. It's not going to change anything. But you have to get the people that are doing it, not the people that aren't.
Are you guys basically pretty fatalistic about this whole thing? I mean, do you just feel like your life is screwed, it's over before you even hit 25?
It's screwed just because how you deal with it, you know what I'm saying?
It's just the way you look at things.
You know what I'm saying? I handle my own business, you know. If you want to be a gang maker, that's his business. If I want to be a G, that's my business, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I feel about it, you know. Just mind your own business and
don't visit your neighbors.
Oh, I'm not
neighbors if they got guns. I mean, I'm like, hi.
Just watch yourself.
Do you trust people? Do you trust people?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you trust people?
I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody but myself.
This is so good. Okay, what are you, let me see here now. You're 16, 16, 17, 16,
18.
18.
Same.
18. Okay. What are your plans for the future? What do you expect to be doing by the time you're 30?
I know.
Oh.
I know someone.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to get my PhD in child psychology.
Is that right? You're going to go to college?
Oh, yes.
Do you know where you're going?
Huh?
You know where you're going to go? You're going to college?
At California State College.
Right, what do you expect to be doing by the time you're 30?
I really honestly couldn't tell you.
That's the honest God truth.
Don't know?
I just
Because you really can't say what you're going to be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to live one day by
I plan on being a photographer. Professional photographer. But things change.
Any plans for marriage for you guys? Anybody going to get married?
No.
I don't know. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, well.
That is so rude.
You're moving it wildly. Okay. Here, what do we got? Okay, TV news, television news, and the newspapers. Does the news
Yeah.
The wireless mic's messing up.
Oh, okay.
This is a hype way. Just a little bit too much there.
Is it working?
It's going. It's
How's it doing?
staticky.
Is it still?
Not too bad.
Okay, so news media. What are they, in terms of, like, they follow gang violence and they're down here like crazy tonight. Do you see them as piranha, or are they your friends?
News media?
Yeah.
They aren't getting the story. They're beating around the bush. Everybody's beating around the bush. They don't know what the real problem is, and that's understanding and education. You know, until all that happens, then there's not going to be any peace. And that's the way I feel about it. You know, people don't understand. I don't understand him. I don't understand you, what your values are, and then therefore, you know, I don't trust you. And that's what it's about. You know, you got to know different people and learn to trust. But
There it is.
Well, no, wait, okay. Let's talk about the news media here.
Okay.
Are they piranha? Do they turn a drive-by shooting into an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Yes. Yes, they do. They make it such a big deal when
Go ahead.
The news media pump a lot of things up. For instance, you know, a lot of blackmails. That make no sense. Make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? They're saying like we all gang members. You know, blackmails. We may be a dangerous species. I understand that we're killing each other, but you know, the media just come by and just make it just seem like that we did a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff.
Okay. What else? Where else were we here?
No, I think that. I mean, I know lots of other people other than black people and everything that do drive-by shootings. It's not just a race thing. It's a whole people thing.
You know white kids who've done drive-by shootings?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it's not just a racist thing. It's not a race. You know, it's an attitude. It's not a race. It's not a color. There's no such thing. You know, he's not any better than me, and I'm not any better than him just because he's black and I'm white. And that, until people understand that, you know, then there's going to be continuing things.
We got it all, guys. This is great. Thanks. Here, I'll give you my card.
Oh, shaky.
Huh? You don't have to have it.
Channel 57?
Mile High Cable, yeah.